Ecological Recycling Project, a 5-year program from 2015-2020, works on extensive ecological lake and river assessment as well as social research in selected sites in Silang Santa Rosa subwatershed, Laguna de Bay, and Marikina watershed. It assesses the biodiversity and the quality of the water resources in relation to human activities and well-being. Upon raising the consciousness and awareness of the community members to the current condition of the area, an active involvement and integration with other governing bodies would be necessary to enhance social and ecological health composed of biodiversity, nutrient cycling, and human well-being. Rich forest and vegetation are proven to maintain healthy river environment and biodiversity. However, the original forest that covered the upland area of Silang Santa Rosa subwatershed started to be converted to rice farmlands in 1920s to 1940s. This was further developed into residential and industrial areas in the early 1990s. Today, we know very little how these land conversions affected the rivers and aquatic animals of the sites. As such, freshwater scientists from Research Institute for Humanity and Nature, University of Santo Tomas, University of the Philippines Institute of Biology, and Laguna Lake Development Authority, who are experts in river environment and biodiversity, assess the condition by checking its water quality and aquatic organisms. In November 2 to 19, 2015, we started to collect information on vegetation, land use, human population, water quality, and aquatic animals in the 13 study sites along rivers and streams. One of the remarkable study sites is the Malindig Spring, which is considered as a sacred and multifunctional place. A shrine of the Blessed Virgin Mary was constructed adjacent to the spring, serving as a worship area for the devotees of the Black Nazarene. During Holy Week, the place is congested with people who believe in the special power that they could acquire from the river resources. The spring serves as the primary source of water for domestic purposes prior to the installation of the barangay waterworks system. Also, people come to the area to take a bath and fetch water for their daily needs. Though the Barangay Council of Carmen doesn't have written regulation for management, they set up campsites and charge entrance fees for visitors from outside the village. Some proceeds of the fees collected are used to cover some activities for the Barangay Festival, held every July 16 in honor of the barangay's patron saint, Nuestra Señora del Carmen. The erec Nutrient Research Team assesses the water and biological conditions of the watershed. We conduct fieldwork to collect water and biological samples. Samples were processed in the laboratory for analysis. Silang Santa Rosa subwatershed is surrounded by different land use types such as agricultural, residential, and industrial. This shows the clear link between the subwatershed and human activities. Using advanced mapping software, we observed how human population density, or people per square kilometers in the SSRS, can be used to predict the quality of stream environment and biodiversity. Human population density sharply increases from upstream to downstream of the area. Its current condition is highly enhanced by the growing community and ongoing developments surrounding the micro-watershed. Economic progress and urbanization are expected for a developing country like the Philippines. However, this projected socioeconomic growth should be sustainable not just for the citizen, but also for the environment and biodiversity. Aquatic environments in developing countries are prone to cultural eutrophication. Excessive amounts and imbalanced ratio of inorganic nutrients, such as phosphorus and nitrogen in the streams, are identified to deteriorate water quality and decrease biodiversity. From the upstream to the downstream of SSRS, concentrations of phosphorus increase while nitrates decrease. The increasing amounts of phosphorus in the streams are often attributed to intense wastewater discharges from the residential and industrial areas. The effects of this phosphorus and nitrate nutrient enrichment in the SSRS were further checked in the groundwater using stable isotope analysis. These chemical analyses allow us to see the extent of nutrient contributions from the nearby agricultural, residential, and industrial areas. To evaluate the overall environmental condition of SSRS, we collected different aquatic organisms that are responsive to stream pollution. Biodiversity is higher in the upstream of SSRS, which is dominated by mayflies, caddisflies, and beetles. However, this diversity was drastically decreased and largely dominated by Chironomous species or bloodworms in the midstream. Low diversity was sustained until downstream areas where only snails, mosquitoes, moth, and shoreflies are collected. The decline in biodiversity is highly related to the decreasing dissolved oxygen in the streams. Depletion of available oxygen in the water is driven by increased bacterial growth that is enhanced by excess phosphorus. These results provide us a clear picture on how human activities directly impact the subwatershed and in turn, the inhabiting aquatic organisms. We consider the community as a vital partner in research because their participation bridges the gap between local knowledge and formal science. In 2015, housewives from Barangay Carmen successfully participated in sorting and identifying river biota that serve as indicators for river ecosystem health. S-Carmen or Samahan para sa Pagsulong ng Kamalayan at Respeto para sa Ilog Malindig ng Carmen is a group that leads and encourages the community in implementing initiated programs and policies for sustainable management. Human Research Team conducted series of workshops to ensure continuous community efforts in Barangay Carmen towards community-based governance and resource management, focusing on the conservation of the Malindig River and springs. Interviews and surveys were also conducted with the community members and barangay officials. The presentations and sharing of watershed management initiatives from various organizations were done to enrich the knowledge of participants on the basic aspects and principles about watershed and its management. With these results gathered, the following are recommended: wastewater treatment facilities for domestic waste, promotion of organic farming practices, improvement of vegetation as buffer, harmonizing land use, and information campaign and capacity building. We believe that working hand in hand with communities and other stakeholders can lead to enhancement of social and ecological health.